So, the points that you have written down last time, talking about your strength, each one of us have a strength. And that strength is also your point of exhaustion. Right? It can enable not necessarily your weakness, it can enable degradation of your life. When people talk about weaknesses, it's very popular to do in the corporate environment. It's not really weaknesses, it's the skills that person does not have, or did not recognize how valuable they are to their life. If he or she recognizes how valuable they are and what kind of impact they have, those points of weaknesses, what it's known in common literature and development, they become areas of focus, how you mitigate your habits that give you negative results. But your strength is how you wired. That's pretty much how you wired. What kind of accumulation of experiences you picked up from life, from your parents, from maybe a little bit of school, and your worldview and opinion. So for me personally, it was a huge burnout when I was in my 20s, right? Because I wanted to be faster in many areas. I wanted to be more effective. I wanted to be more impactful. I wanted to be significantly out there. But that's right, overachieving and speed. I could not wait for results too long. I could not wait for discussions too long. So I was very truthful, as someone would put it in their strength, right? I could tell a person that he or she is full of crap, right? And I thought that it was my strength to be brutally honest. But brutally honest, it doesn't mean that you see the big picture. You might only see a sliver of a concept of what's going on in this particular context. Usually the world is significantly bigger, more complex, and it involves many more individuals. And brutal honesty, it means very few things. You, at least in my case, my brutal honesty was the fact I could not recognize who am I talking to, why am I talking to this individual, and what I'm trying to achieve. That's the teaching that Master Hora gave me. And so it changed my ability to influence. Right? It's still okay to convey the point, the insight, give feedback, right? Give a feedback loop, provide suggestions, but how you do it matters. When you do it matters. The context matters. And this is just another example that some of you put, right, as brutal honesty. That's okay. In many cases, it's associated with your age, because in your teen and early 20s, this is a typical worldview of strength in youth. Brutal honesty, right? But in reality is, what are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to achieve? So in this book, and hopefully some of you have it already, page 134 will help you to hear from the words of Master Hora the context of how do you preserve yourself. The faster person understands that he or she must preserve self to be available for tomorrow, the faster person appreciates principles of Practice HORA, training of those principles in life, applying those principles in life, because you no longer blind to the consequences. and you start valuing training more.